Some nights carve themselves into your memory forever, not because of fireworks or loud chaos, but because of a quiet sentence that shatters and rebuilds you all at once. This is one of those nights. My name is Sarah Bennett, and I thought this Tuesday evening would pass like any other. But when my husband left for his trip and my son walked into the living room with something on his mind, everything I thought I knew about my family and myself changed. The day had started ordinary. Michael, my husband of 17 years, was rushing out the door for a tech conference in Austin. He had his suitcase in one hand, a granola bar in the other, and that familiar look of focus in his blue-gray eyes. He kissed my forehead quickly, the kind of kiss that was more habit than passion, though I felt the lingering warmth of it all the same. "I'll text you before bed," he promised before the car disappeared down our quiet suburban street. I loved him. I really did. Michael and I had built a life together: mortgage payments, soccer games, grocery runs, holiday dinners. But beneath the strong foundation we'd poured, there were cracks we didn't often acknowledge. Sometimes I longed for the way his hand used to linger at the small of my back, or how he used to watch me across the room as though I was the only person there. That kind of fire doesn't always survive years of bills and routines. Still, when he left that morning, a small spark of anticipation lit inside me. A few nights alone felt like a gift, a chance to rediscover a piece of myself. That evening, the house was wrapped in silence, broken only by the ticking of the grandfather clock in the corner. I curled into the leather couch with a steaming mug of chamomile tea, honey sweet on my tongue, and a novel I had been putting off for months. The soft lamp glow washed the room in amber, the kind of light that made you feel safe. Upstairs, my 16-year-old son, Ethan, was likely buried in some online game, his laughter muffled by his headset. Ethan had changed so much in the past year. Once a boy who trailed me through every room, asking questions about dinosaurs, stars, and superheroes, he now stood on the edge of manhood, his sharp green eyes shadowed with thought. His voice had deepened, his frame had stretched tall and lanky, and a quietness had settled over him like a second skin. I missed the boy who clung to me, but I hoped some part of him was still there. Around 9 o'clock, the stairs creaked. I looked up from my book to see Ethan in the doorway, his hands buried in the pockets of his hoodie, shoulders slightly hunched. His voice, when he spoke, was soft, almost shy. "Hey, Mom." My heart lifted instantly. I hadn't heard that tone in so long. "Hey, sweetie. Everything okay?" He nodded, shifting awkwardly. I was thinking, maybe we could hang out. Play a game or something. You know, like we used to. I felt tears press at the back of my eyes. That simple request held so much. "Of course," I said warmly. We dug out an old deck of cards, the corners worn from years of family game nights. At first, it was awkward. We stumbled over half-forgotten rules, laughed when I caught him trying his old trick of sneaking extra cards, but soon the rhythm returned. The silence between us softened into something comfortable, almost sacred. The distance that had crept between us seemed to shrink with each card played. Later, I brought out a bowl of pretzels, apple slices, and 2 cans of soda. We leaned back on the couch, more relaxed now, the game forgotten as our conversation stretched into deeper waters. That's when Ethan's voice shifted, low and hesitant. "Mom, do you ever feel like you're living someone else's life?" The question froze me. My heart skipped. I studied his face, unsure of what he meant. "That's a big one, Ethan. What do you mean?" He sighed, running a hand through his messy dark hair. "I don't know. Sometimes it feels like we're all just playing roles. You and Dad. Work, bills, routines. Do you ever wonder if there's more?" His words pierced me. I loved Michael deeply, but I couldn't deny that sometimes our routines felt like a cage. Comfort could become confinement if you weren't careful. "Yes," I admitted softly. "Sometimes life gets so scripted we forget to improvise. But it doesn't mean the love isn't real." Ethan nodded, thoughtful. Then he hesitated again, and I knew something heavier was coming. I leaned forward, my voice steady. "Ethan, you can tell me anything." His green eyes locked onto mine. "It's not just about life in general. It's about me. I've been thinking a lot about who I am. Not just what I want to do, but who I am supposed to be." My heart pounded. Are you talking about school? Or something else? He took a deep breath. Something else. I think I might be non-binary. I don't feel like I fit just as a boy, or as a girl. I'm somewhere in between. I'm still figuring it out, but I needed to say it. A rush of emotion swept me: surprise, love, fear, fierce protectiveness. I reached for his hand and squeezed it. Ethan, that is so brave. Thank you for telling me. I love you no matter how you identify. Always. His eyes glistened. I was scared you'd be disappointed. Never, I whispered. I just want you to be you. If you'd like, we can figure out pronouns together, or find resources. Whatever you need. You're not alone in this. A smile, small but real, broke through his worry. Maybe they them for now. I'm still learning. We talked long into the night. At one point, the lights flickered and the house plunged into darkness. My phone flashlight revealed a bent latch on the basement window, sending a chill down my spine. For a moment, fear crackled between us, but even that fear brought us closer. Whatever's out there, Ethan whispered, I'm kind of glad this happened. It got us really talking again. Later, by candlelight, he shared something else, something he had hidden. I don't want to study business like you and Dad planned. I applied to creative writing programs. And I got into one. In California. He showed me the acceptance email, his face glowing with hope. My breath caught, pride blooming in my chest. Ethan, this is incredible. I'm not disappointed. I'm proud. So proud. For the first time in years, his smile was wide and free. Thanks, Mom. That means everything. When the lights returned, washing the room in golden brightness, it felt like more than electricity. It felt like a new beginning. We stayed up past midnight, talking about identity, dreams, love, and the future. I realized something that night: the most life-changing moments aren't loud. They're found in a quiet conversation, a shuffle of cards, or the brave voice of a child asking to be seen. 2 days later, when Michael returned, I told him everything. It took time, patience, and tears, but eventually he understood too. It wasn't the future we had pictured, but it was Ethan's, and that was enough. That night changed everything for me, for my marriage, and for my child. Sometimes, love means listening. Even when the path ahead looks nothing like the one you imagined.